YouTube. Hey, what am I doing? Oh, back over there. Pop up. And we're off. Hey, Daniel. Hey, everyone. I got a bit carried away there. Hey, Scott, Yoakum, and Spike the Likes. Like, but, yeah. Been checking out Restless Native, join the soundtrack. Thanks. Oh, it's great, isn't it? See half the locations in that, the bit where they're getting chased by the Japanese guys in the Suzuki Vitara Jeep. That bit's just, I know that place. God, the rest of me thankful. It's dead hard to play. Hey, Aunt Wales. Hey, Kit Kats. Hey, Stevie Zero. Hey, Scott. Hey, Manuel. Play Trajan. I don't know what that is. Crazy Train. Sorry, Crazy Down. I used to be able to play. It's a funny chord. Yeah, no, I don't know, unfortunately. 8 o'clock, Bucky time. I'm Unfortunately, I bought this earlier on during the week, and a couple of nights I just had a wee swig of it. I ended up drinking half of it, but over 2 other nights, so only got half a bottle. I did buy one pear cider. It looks like really quality stuff. It was £1.15 in Home Bargains. Yeah, so I went to Mr. Whitesnake and Sloane are in, but they both bought new guitars after Telecaster week. That was so last week. This week it's RG week. Oh yeah. I'm digging this guitar, big style, and I'm digging the PRS neck pickup, which was just like. Hey Martin Sir, play Sing Here Without You by Three Door. I don't know what that is. A broken headstock week. Oh no. I'm trying not to rave about this guitar. It's like totally, it was dirty, so I cleaned it, and the pickup wasn't mounted properly, so I remounted it, and it was working, but it didn't have a tone control, and there was a hole, which was ugly. But I mean, literally cleaned it, put the strings back on it, the ones that were already on it, and it's playing amazing. Loving it. Greatest air fryer channel, yeah. I've got the chance of a big air fryer. I just don't know whether to take it. It's huge, like a bottom bit, kind of like got an oven in it. I don't know. I'm in 2 minds with Mr. Whitestake's offset telly. Yeah, I was waiting for it turned up. Is it a telly master? There's a J-Pax one kicking about. Remember, I think I did a video on it. It was like a Chipson or a Chender, but they were good. It's that chance. There, maybe we're getting a problem with the RG. Yeah, I don't play RG type things. I don't know how to play any Joe Satriani or Steve Vai. Anything. Like, no, I don't even think I could play. Do I even know? What's that song I don't like? Joe Satriani, Suffering with Alien. I would recognise that one. I don't know. RG stands for really great. Yeah. But I was looking at them, and it's like I've been watching. There was actually quite a lot of Ibanez videos, like from NAMM and stuff like that. And there's an Anderton one about their current range. There's just so many, and it was just the thing about the RGs is they do feel different from all other guitars. I don't think any of the other Ibanez ones, like the S series and stuff like that, are quite as mad as the RGs. Got like the pure, and I'm going to have a wee look and see. I don't know at what point they become this mad Formula One car thing. This one totally is though. It's got the really weird neck. Doesn't feel like anything else. No. Average guitars, none of that fancy. But that's not, the RG doesn't have to do that. What do you call it? Pete and Diesel use RGs. Is it? If I feel like a better. get a wee bit carried away there. Maybe that's why he uses RGs. I don't think he actually plays any of that stuff. Time to para handy. Hey, Mr. Whitesnake, how's it going? I was just waiting for you to come in there so I can slag you off about your Telecaster. No, it's cool. There was a bit where I thought you were going to play Bohemian Rhapsody. I was going to type it. A good video. I should have put a link to it. You should put your link to your video when I put the thing saying I'm on in an hour, so everyone watches it first. No, Telemaster looks cool. Air fryer with 2 behind. I coil tap my air fryer, it's great. You know what I mean? They do make you play show off though, but I mean, you can play anything on one of these guitars just because as soon as you put that distortion on, you go, alright, this is actually what it's meant for. But it does play quietly and stuff, which I was trying to do earlier on. Quite nicely. Firing the Taco Bell. Let's go. Actually, I'm just not that much. I just got like a beginner's air fryer, the one in Lidl, it was 30 quid. But it's not fire in the kitchen. Fire in the kitchen. Fire in the Lidl air fryer. You found the right telly, but the air fryer's still just a dream. There's got to be a perfect one. I remember back in the day having the perfect sandwich grilling thing. It was kind of like a, you know, your Lloyd Grossman sandwich thing, but it was just a cheapie. It was from Tesco or something. I bought it when I was working with my dad. I would basically have these fry-ups and things. It was kind of like, it was really angled. It was like a sort of 45-degree angle thing. It was about that wide, and it just had big grill things on it. And it was, you just put anything in, it would make burgers and sausages, bacon, and you could just put like a sandwich that was a bit shit in it for a couple of seconds, and it was just fantastic. And everyone ran out the front into a big bowl thing that I scraped outside for the birds. And then I got an Lloyd Grossman thing for Christmas, so I didn't bother cleaning it when we finished that job. And Lloyd Grossman's thing's shite compared to this pure amazing one. Because that was like, the Lloyd Grossman was an expensive thing. But I need to find another one. Sweet child of mine, please, I don't know. Listen, I mean, it's like, was that Layla maybe? I can't remember. I don't know how you play it. I can't remember what the intro goes. I go no. Yeah, George Foreman. It was nothing like as good as a Tesco homemade dangerous thing that just cooked shit. It was much better. Bass Backet by Green Day. I don't know Bass Backet. She won't kick my dinner, George Foreman. Well. So who in the chat has ventured into the land of Ibanez RG then? I'm putting the original DiMarzos back in that Les Paul copy. There's a mini switch in it. What do you reckon I should do with it? Bitch pickup is 4-wire. I would put in a coil choice switch, would be my favourite one for a couple of DiMarzos. Or a dual coil choice if they've both got it. And in the middle, both pickups are humbuckers. If you've got it up the way, it gives you like, you know, that coil and that coil, and if you push it down the way, you get that coil and that coil, which, I mean, it's not really that much difference between those, but it means that, you know, the switch is in the middle, you're in full humbucker mode, whereas if it's just a two-way switch, you've got to remember which way round it is. No, the coil choice thing, I don't know, it just seems... It's not difficult to do. I opted for... I was a wee bit disappointed that this guitar doesn't have the 5-way Cortex switch in it, because it would have had originally. It's been upgraded to like a cache modern one, but it's only a 3-way. And then because there was no tone control, I put a tone pot in anyway, and because I just bought push-pull ones, I made it a dual coil split. So I don't even know. I wonder if it's just randomly which ones are split, so I wonder which coils I'm getting. Ideally, I would like to get that one, and for them to be hum cancelling, but there's a metal to tap it with that Allen key. Bit is it neck or... It's not, it's secondary coil, and in the bridge position it is... that coil, so it's these two I'm getting, which is basically exactly the opposite of what I want. I did have to flip the polarity of... I'm not even sure which one I flipped the polarity of. I flipped the polarity one because they were out of phase, so if I flip the polarity of both of them again, I will get the outside too, that coil and that coil. I just want them to be hum cancelling. Well, I'd say they're hum cancelling then, because there's one pickup, bridge pickup, neck pickup, both pickups, so it's already hum cancelling. So basically, yeah, I'll just flip it round. I'm just thinking that of the two pickups, that of the neck, that one there's going to sound better because it's got a bit more beef to it, and it's the same in the bridge position. I'd kind of say that one's a wee bit twangy, so you probably want that one. But that's where your coil choice switch would be good. Maybe I should just... No, I can't fit a coil choice switch because it's only a 2-way. Yeah, there is an image problem with these, isn't there? I remember Jen we got one. I remember her out in the Scott the Bastard's camper van, and she bought one, and there was a BC Rich as well, but I'm sure it was an RG, and it just said, like, you know, shit that had been scratched into it with. I told you still get compasses at school, you know, because it was like, so you just had the names scratched in it and stuff like that, and you're just like pure inverted crucifixes on it, and just all scratched with a penknife and painted with Tipex and stuff. It's, you know, this one survived. This one is it was a bit dirty, and a little bit, because there's no pickup ring for this pickup. But I mean, you don't really see it. I'm going to love it. I'm glad that, see, when I got my this one, my RG470, I'm glad that after like a day I took it over and Jen painted it, because it was basically this colour as well, and I was kind of starting to think, actually, it's pretty cool in black. I do like the binding on it. Having Pipit, I don't know any Zappa, unfortunately, Joachim. It's rare you see them without dings and dents. These, I don't know. I think, see, once you get to a sort of, there's a prime era for them. These types of this guitar where you're going to pick them up cheap. And this is 2013, so sort of kind of 10 to 15 years is when you'll get the premium. They'll be at their lowest ebb and cheapest. But the guitar that this was advertised as was a different number on the headstock, although it did look the same as this. It was like kind of the replacement for this, but it had like an Agathis fretboard, and I can't remember what bodywood it was made of. For this one's got like rosewood. Like, is that the last year of this particular model with the Wizard 3 neck, apparently? The RG 5-way switches onto it. It does. It's brilliant, Mr. Whitesnake. I'm thinking, but the thing about this guitar, so the sounds I'm getting with the push-pull dual coil split, so I've got 6 sounds. I've got single coil, and two, or both single coils, and I've got humbucker, and 2 humbuckers. The least useful of all those sounds is 2 humbuckers, right? But on a 5-way switch, I can wire it so that it's single. You get the 2 single coil sounds. I'd have to rewire it my own way. No, the Cortex switch is very clever though. I think is that what I ended up having it put in the Shockingbird the way it does what it does, or the Shockingbird, the Kraken. Yeah. So basically on the RG5 way you get humbucker, and then the next position is it wired as parallel, so it's like a hum cancelling single coil, and then in the middle you get two humbuckers, which is the sound I don't really like, and then the next sound is the inner coils, and then you get the other humbucker. So it's the best use of 5-way. The problem with that is though you've got the heavy metal sounds with the clean jazzy sounds in between it, whereas I've got this button, I've got like it's almost like I've got two modes, so I can be in, jangly mode. Well, in jangly mode, or in heavy metal mode. So Stevie, you can get them from any price. This was like £100. You can get. So this isn't one of the Japanese ones or anything like that, but I mean, I don't know exactly where. There's one. I'm going to do a video looking up guitar. I was meant to do earlier on today, and I was thinking about it for ages. I started thinking about it too long, and then I fell asleep, and then woke up at 4 o'clock all confused. Hi. All right now though, got my bucky. But yeah, I mean, it's like new. I think you can start getting. I think it's called an RG321, which I think that's what this is. I used to have it. It's mahogany shaped, and it's got the mad neck on it. It's super simple. It's just, it does have that 5-way switch, two humbuckers. Basically, it's like this, apart from without the binding. I'm not sure if it's got binding on the neck, but I mean, it's basically that. And I think it starts about, was it 325? And then once you go up over the next £100, you can kind of get that guitar, but it's a bit more expensive with white binding, like an extra 20 quid and stuff like that. I need to have a look at it because there's one I really like, in the current catalogue, and it's like, at what point do you end up, because it doesn't need to be as good as this. I'm thinking this guitar is a proper rock solid guitar, as I'm sure the original pickups would have been fine in it. There's not really anything else I would change, and it's like, well, it doesn't need to have the binding, so you must be able to get a cheaper version, but probably not that much. Oh. The treated pine fretboards, possibly, yeah. I'm also not sure about the Geo thing. I'm kind of interested in that. The problem is the Geos aren't really any cheaper than the sort of lower end RGs. This might be my favourite one of the favourite ones in the current catalogue. I don't think I would ever have bought just a plain black one, but the fact it's got the white binding, it just gives it a little bit of understatement to it. It's not quite the heavy metal beast, do you know what I mean? Hey Dave, how's it going? The fretboard looks massive. It is. It's pure wide as heck up here. I think it's actually accentuated by long word for you. Look it up. The white binding, the same way the Corker has dark binding, which makes the neck look dead thin because it's got like two strips of wood coming in over the fingerboard, which makes the neck look really thin with the maple bit. This is the other way around. But it's such a strange, it's totally different. It's not like other guitars, the wizard neck things. I don't know if you get them on the Geos. You definitely get them on that mahogany one. It'll tell you in the spec sheet to get the wizard neck profile, and it's like, it's not a case of not liking it, it's just like a different thing. It's like that thing about having, it's totally cool, look at that Harley Davidson, that's mental, and it's like, what's that overtaking it? And it's like, that's like a Japanese rally cross bike or whatever, it's like, it's all plastic and looks a bit like a hairdryer or a spaceship. That's kind of what this is. It's that sort of, we see your cool looking Telecaster. I mean, that's pretty classy with the chrome and all that. This is faster and lighter and cheaper to make and all that, more reliable. Telecaster killer. Oh yeah, are you liking your Jazzmaster? I don't know. I think it's kind of, I think it's the mullet and the Jazzmaster, they're not in sync. Do you know what I mean? I think it's bringing you back a little bit into sensibleness. But quite rightly, if you've got an RG, I don't know, that might take you down a different route, a different type of mullet. But yeah. What's better, an RG or a Roadster? Well, RG stands for Roadster Guitar, and there's also, I've got a couple of RGs from 1986 before this shape. But Yeah. Hey, Sloaney, how's it going? Yeah, you got your new Telecaster yet? I'm just thinking there after Telecaster, both you and Mr. Whitestake have Telecastered up, and then it's like, now it's RG week, because I've got a new RG Telecaster. That's sold last week. Also, back onto the rolling cube. I do like the Laney. I do really like that sound, but I also really like the really clean sound. Really good. It's different. Yeah, did you get my mail earlier today about Thorpe effects building pedals for blind people? Did I not see a thing on Anderton's? There was a guy, was it Victory Amps, have made an amp with Braille on it, and it's like, totally, why not? Tell me shared money, but I'm not touching it. Well, good luck for it, that'd be amazing. And then start looking at Ibanez RGs. So on my reason for finding excuses for keeping this guitar, I'm going to use it as a wee bit of a pickup tester, because I want that pickup for the guitar that is an RG and a Roadster. Basically, so this is an RG 540 and this is an RG 321, and they're 30 years apart, 40 years apart, 86 to 2016, 30 years apart. I do think Ibanez are awful good. Yeah. How could it be amazing? It's a bloody telly. Honestly, Sloaney, it'll make sense to you. See, it'll be a silly thing. You'll be playing it for some reason. It won't be when you, maybe a couple of weeks after you bought it, you'll be sitting there playing it, and you can't be arsed getting up to pick up another guitar, so you'll end up playing it for 5 minutes longer than you thought you would, and it'll suddenly make sense, and it'll be like, oh, but you won't even have it plugged in. You'll be playing it and going, oh, you can play this kind of like a wee acoustic if you sort of strum it. And it's like, oh. And then you'll realise if you plug that in, suddenly, oh, awfully good. You should have RG. No, tellies are amazing though. You should have a telly. So that was my last week's pitch. This week's pitch is get yourself an RG. Well, I don't know. I mean, what are people's opinions on them? Because they do have an image problem. You kind of almost got to tell yourself. I mean, it's just like, you just kind of know that mathematically it's the best guitar you can get. Mathematically, that's not everything, but Jimmy Page's telly sold 1 million Les Pauls. Totally. Totally get it. Yeah. And that probably comes down to, I mean, when did anyone ever get to actually see Led Zeppelin? And it would be a few magazine shots on what was inside the records. And if he was playing the Les Paul in, you know, you might find there's only 3 or 4 pictures of Led Zeppelin a year that come out. And if he's playing the Les Paul in 2 of them, that's it, you know what I mean? The Formula 1 of guitars, it totally is, but I mean, I can totally appreciate its Formula 1-ness to it. I really like to admit, but my East Coast P90 telly is high up. Good. Yeah, but I mean, it's, do you know what I mean? Kit Kat's, and part of that is because of its telliness to it. There's more to it. I mean, this has got like a hardtail bridge, and it's like, so why isn't this a telly? And it's like, well, but there's something about a telly. But I got a Roadster, that's the RG. Right, yeah, I know, but just think about it more as an understanding thing. Understanding Jesus, Mr. Whitesnake, you know what I mean? You delve deeper, and it's like you start thinking, well, how did it evolve? You know the RG 530 is totally just before this, like, and just looking at it, you go, yep, it's, you know what I mean? They kind of stretched the horns a wee bit and then put this mad wizard neck on it when they invented the wizard neck. But that's because at the time they hadn't invented the wizard neck. telly's the Model T guitar, simple classic, but just works. Yeah, but that's the thing, Wells. The thing is, it's like you actually look at this is actually maybe even simpler than a telly. I love this absolute ridiculous simplicity of this guitar. There's nothing on it that doesn't need to be there. It's amazing how it goes from being super mega complicated with like the gem and the two I've got there, and the only real difference is it's got Floyd Rose. The rest of it's not complicated. It's just something you get a volume and a tone, the 3-way switch, 2 humbuckers, a bolt-on neck. It's a telly, apart from they save money by not having to use a metal plate there or a metal plate there. It's like, right, it's like a fantastic sorry, I assume it's a 3-piece neck. Aye, at least 3-piece. No scarf join. Very nice. Already have an Aria Pro 2 telly. I don't like it with the Fender Disc stuff. The belly looks interesting, but it doesn't get me excited. Sloan, it's different. Those Aria Pro 2s, I know the ones there, they're kind of, it's a Chinese, I've played one of their Strats and I was really surprised that it wasn't good. I was expecting an awful lot better than it. But there you go. No, the telly's cool though, but it's got super twang. Pickups older than we are. Yeah, but it's just the fact it's the Super Swing. I think you should change that to the. It's the Bellwood Super Swinger. It's like pure as just give it a bit of an announcement. Yeah. I'm going to encourage a hybrid double neck Gibson. No, you're not talking about. Would that not be more your piezo pickup? Going for like acoustic sound. Maybe that's the next eco bands which play acoustically, so that you don't actually have to use power. Or you could run your rolling cubes. Rolling cubes somehow are eco, aren't they? You could run them off potatoes or something. So it's like that, it should come with a big set of keys. Yeah, totally. It does have and it's good. It looks kind of like a little bit like what's the car in Kill Bill? Is it the Pussy one? The Pussy Wagon? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hey Canada, how's it going? Aye, you kick your man Maho, yeah, 1025. Vegan amps. It's vegan power. It's mad how used to this guitar I am immediately. But immediately it totally reminds me of the one I had, the mahogany one, which was like the 321 as well. Even though I've got the Paul Gilbert one, which I was playing last week, and the J-Pax one, it's not as like the one I had before. Surely an orange is vegan now. What about a blood orange? Yep, there we go. Sorted. Is it the future? That's I might think there's the future of guitars. The best guitars are 10 to 15 years old. Get in there, have a look out for. And the thing about these guitars as well is I could go on about how the pickups in them must be pure shit because every Ibanez you see has had the pickups changed, and the answer is no. It's because nothing else needs upgraded. Everything else, the only way you can really upgrade this guitar significantly is putting better pickups in it. Everything else is worth it. It doesn't need better frets or a fret job or a setup or better tuners or a better nut or a better bridge. It doesn't need any of those things. It's not going to make any difference. You know what I mean? Not going to make that much difference if you spend hundreds of pounds. Whereas the pickups, you could spend £150 and you'll notice the difference. But I'm pretty sure the ones that are in it are probably amazing. Hey Kenneth, pedal powered PA audience participate. Well, it sounds silly. But, no, totally. Why not? You could just be. It's like it's not loud enough. We'll pedal harder. You could just have a couple. There's obviously going to be someone steaming who's going to have a go playing on the bike. The average Ibanez player wants DiMarzio's bare knuckles or EMGs. See, I would have thought that the average Ibanez player wants DiMarzio's. But you're right about the EMGs. I've heard about Seymour Duncan's as well. I don't know about bare knuckles. You put bare knuckles in a. It's kind of like, I suppose, if you've got like here, is it what's the car? The Scooby, the Subaru, and there might be a Honda Civic Type R, that kind of thing where you buy like like a K&N air filter, and you put the sticker on the back of your car, and you put a bigger exhaust on it, and you know, do shit like that. Kind of that's a little bit what an RG to me has the image of, doing that kind of thing. Everyone wants DiMarzio's. RG's a boy bass guitar, totally is. But I just love the way it's like, it's different from all the other ones. I'm just going to say it's kind of different from all other Super Strats because it's got this weird neck on it. And as far as I'm aware, no other Ibanez guitars have this mad neck on it. You get like, you know, your Sabre series and the RG8, all the other different things that have come and gone. This is still basically the 1987 RG design without end on it. But I'm going to have as I said, this is going to be a test bed. I'm wondering, this Temu RG, or Temu, is it going to cut it? I want it to. I would love it to. So that's why I'm kind of playing this. I was going to do it this afternoon. I thought, no, I'm going to play this for a wee bit first to get used to it, because these two pickups are balanced amazing. That's a Seymour Duncan JB at the TR beat, whatever, it's the trem spaced JB, which I kind of thought it was going to be. Oh, the Temu SD rip-off pickups any good to you? That was my thinking. Yeah, sorry, noise. Well, not destroyer. What's the word? The Invader ones are there. Yeah. So they seem to be awful good, and I do actually have a Seymour Duncan Invader in that other RG, so we'll try it. It's just I thought it was quite mad. You can actually from Temu, it's quite difficult to find the double cream DiMarzio. You don't really see DiMarzio fakies ever. You get them in different colours. Of course, I checked out Engine Deportrine. Yes, no, they were amazing. I've still not really enjoyed. I kind of want to still keep it fresh. I don't want to listen to it where I remember it, if that makes sense. You know, it's like I just feel if I kind of know what's coming, so I'm kind of waiting for the right thing. But I do thoroughly, obviously, love it. It's amazing. Looking at frets to refit it, I'm just going to make it mine and turn it positive. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the fret thing, if I just took the old frets out with I heated them up with a soldering iron, and then I had like a brand new Stanley blade, and I just kind of wedged in and kind of slid them out slowly and just worked my way along. You know, when you're taking off the knob, when you kind of wedge something below it, you turn it and you rotate it a wee bit, just kind of peel it off, and it worked really well. And when I got about halfway through, I realised I didn't need to heat it up with the soldering iron, but I'm not sure whether that was just my guitar to get it to let go. But putting them in, really, it wasn't. I don't know. Well, the thing is, see, if you do fuck it up, you can still get it refretted later. You know what I mean? The ones that are in it are absolutely, that's as bad as you can get. I don't know. I mean, I've got a problem with that Tokai I need to do something with. I don't know whether refretting it's enough. I just can't tell. The plastic one, the thing is, it sounds like it's made of plastic, and the thing is, it is made of plastic. And I thought it was the frets, and I've kind of dressed the frets and stuff, but it's not enough. But it's really annoying the way. Like, what's the point in it being made of plastic if it's going to sound exactly the same as a wooden guitar? So I mean, yeah, that's part of it. Just it's weird. I need to have another look at it. Absolutely hammered. The guitar must have been loved it. They might have been stoned as well. You know what I mean? And it's a stone thing where someone maybe just used a stone. But again, it's like looking back to guitars of that era are... That would have been a gigging guitar. If somebody had that, you know, mid-price Japanese Les Paul, they weren't a beginner. That would be the equivalent of like a £700 guitar just now. So it's like the chances are it would have been gigged and stuff, and you couldn't go and buy. I mean, I thought there's no way. Like if you went back to even 1980, you're not getting a guitar like this for 100 quid. You know what I mean? 150 quid. Not happening. You're getting one that's maybe looks a bit better, but. Definitely an Ace Frehley fan. Oh, I managed to walk away talking about Ace Frehley. Well, it's talking about Kiss. Well, it's not really, is it? An Ibanez Iceman bass. There's one in Airdrie, and I saw it this morning. So my pal sent me to it. The ad was only 2 hours, and I just bought this yesterday, and I managed to walk away from it. So a wee round of applause would be nice there. Like, basically, it was. Was it 10? I can't remember. I think they only made it for a year. An IB 250. So Iceman bass, matte black, and it had like a sort of. It looked like a white stain on it, but it was actually like half a skull kind of graphic thing on it, and it had 2 active soap barry typey pickups. It was only 100 quid. It was an Iceman bass, and it's like pure. I quite fancy it. You don't see very many Iceman basses made in China and stuff like that, but it's like, it's just a couple of things. It's like it was matte black, which this is bad for fingerprints, but I much prefer it to the matte black. I don't know. £100 Iceman bass, but it's like an Iceman bass. Talk about being perfect for if you were painting it a different colour. Kind of played paint colours. I wish I could. No, paint colours pure amazing. I wish I could. It's like a PS1. Has it gone? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. What am I going to do with an Iceman bass? Is it like, see, obviously I did a wee bit of research on it after I saw it, and in the catalogue there's 3. There's that one, which with the horrible graphic on it, shit that just looks like a cheap one, and then the one next to it, it's like this but white, and it's like, right, I would rather pay 200 for the white one than 100 for that one. You know what I mean? Because the white one was like a, like a Les Paul white custom kind of looky thing. Quite nice. I've never had an Iceman. There was one I nearly bought and I wished I had. It was a 1982 gold hardware, and it was a kind of turquoisey colour. Like turquoisey glitter. It was stunning. The right one will turn up. I'm not sure. I don't know about it. Spoiling yourself with a Rickenbacker bass. Wow, that's a biggie though. You're not picking up one of them for 150 quid. Pay history from the Verve, Griffin. Ha 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 ha. Well, I'm not going to play the Verve. I don't know that I would know how to play it anyway. I'm playing an RG. You play the Verve. You can't strum the Verve. Don't know. I do remember really wanting to throw my pal's Verve tape out the car on the way down to London one time. I'd always wished I'd done it. It would have been worth the tenner to buy another one. You've got a brilliant Ibanez Iceman, do you? I mean, are they good? I don't know. It's like kind of... In some ways, I don't want to play one in case it ruins it. I'm hoping it's pure weird. Is it more normal? I mean, my pal's got the guitar that's still on my list and has been for years, the Yamaha SG5. My pal's got the reissue one. I want the original one from the 60s. And it's a different thing. It's kind of like the way this has got a different neck. This has got an RG neck on it. It's like, all right, what's that like? And it's like, it's not like any of the other ones. Oh, is it like a Les Paul? No, it's not like any of them. It's a different thing. Verve Treaty. It would need to be the right Iceman, I think. I have kind of reserved my that whole thing about the Ibanez being for people who learn tab. and have a rolling cube. You know, or I don't think it's as much with the RG, but the RG's banded in it. I'm thinking that's more the more arty ones, the ones that are more like a PRS, like the S series, and the ones that are very ergonomically contoured and stuff like that. There's one I keep saying, the SA. It's kind of half like an S series. It's kind of not, but it's not super sculpted on the back. That one, I don't know. It's a better shape of Les Paul, comfortable play with. I mean, gonna have to have one at some point, I suppose. I guess I'll just start with that now. The AZ, I've not. Well, the AZ series, and what? I just wonder why they just didn't call it the Roadster. I need to have a shot. To be fair, I've not had a shot of one, but is it not just like the Roadster series where it's like they kind of went Strat and then they streamlined it a bit and then it turned into the Super Strat? It's kind of that streamlined bit where it's like taking a step back from the edge of metal than this is. Well, the old Stratty Roadsters, exactly, yeah. I'm going to do that video. I was looking through Anderton's at the Ibanez guitar starting from as low as they go because I've been a wee bit of an Ibanez kick the last couple of days, which is still amazing the way I managed to walk away from that Iceman bass. It's an Ibanez as well, like pure. I was actually thinking, I remember not getting but seeing there's an RG bass. They only make, I think Ibanez always do this, they've always got a couple of basses and a couple of guitars that they kind of sneak out. And they make it for a couple of years, and then in 10 years' time they'll come out with another version of it, but it just kind of goes away. But this is kind of like the whole, I don't know, the whole shebang going for the racer instead of the mountain bike. It's totally. A little bit Telecaster-y, maybe? It's like almost like they fit. Well, this would be the hardtail one. I mean, that's just what you have to play on these because. Yes, Stevie Zero. There's a couple. Well, you can watch my when I do the video looking up these things. But this is like a pure Indonesian made, brand new. You can get the current version of this. I think it's about 400, maybe not quite 400 quid, something like that. And okay, it doesn't have the fancy pickups in it, but I bet you the pickups in it are totally fine. And there's a couple of colours that you just... I remember my pal's got one that I really wish I'd bought. He got it at the end of this. He paid something stupid for it. He paid like 100 quid for it, 150 quid. It's basically this, but glitter green with white pickups. And that was the best guitar. It was maybe about a few years ago. I remember seeing it in the catalogue and in person. It was like glitter. It was fucking amazing. I'd have that over this one, but this is basically, I think it was an RG321. So it's a similar model, but with a different finish on it. You know, you can get the basic one and pay an extra 50 quid for the glittery one, but I would have totally paid for that one. I think it might have had a maple neck as well, and it's like, I'd pay, if I was paying £300, I'd pay an extra to pay $320 to get it with a maple neck, you know. The new Iceman with the maple fretboards. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a maple fretboard. I slowly just keep an eye out for, get a proper RG, but they're easy to get. Or you can get an old one. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of doing it's like with the Stones albums. I bought the one I'd never bought, the Blue For You one. I don't know, from about 10 years ago. It was in a charity shop for it was same thing happened yesterday. I was in a charity shop with Jen when I was coming back from buying this guitar, and it was CDs, and it was like, you know, the double CDs. It was a Queen live one I'd never seen before, like an official one from after I'd stopped buying CDs, and Let It Be Naked. I was like, up here, right, they're going to be £1 each, that's alright. I was like, up here, how much the CDs? Like, it's £4 for £1, like that. Right, we'll have to go and find another two then. I bought Brothers in Arms remastered and another Dire Straits one. I forget my point, but anyway, yes. Nope, I can't remember what I was talking about. Yes, no, but I'm still buying the current Stones album, even though I'm probably not going to listen to it because I'm a fan of the older stuff. So it's like I'm a fan of the older Ibanez. How are they getting on? I don't mind throwing £100 every now and again to see how they're getting on. To be honest, my only issue I really had with the one I had before was the fact that it didn't have a finish on it. It had that oil finish, and someone had sanded it, and then I sanded it, and it just had that "you're not going to finish your guitar" thing, which I don't like. I'm all for this keeping things as cheap as possible, but that's kind of what my video is going to be about because I've not decided yet at what point, because I know you can get that oil finished one of this, and it's like, I think it's about 60 quid or 80 quid cheaper than this one. So it's like, I think it's like 240 or 320 kind of thing. And it's like, at that price point, is it worth £80 to get a shiny finish? And to be honest, because I've had the other one and it's just not to my taste, probably. I don't know. But then again, you get the one with the sparkle finish. Is it worth another 50 quid to get that? Is it worth that to get the maple neck? Bottle green, no, it's like a light looking sparkle, but yes, it was also available in pink, and it was my favourite guitar. I mean, it's just, I think I did a video, this going back 5 years, something like that. It was like, what guitar would I have if I was going to guitar and buy one, and it's like, it was the one that jumped out at me when I was actually physically in the shop and looking at them and going, normally I'm looking at them going, right, well, okay, I understand these are all, relic vendors and stuff at thousands of pounds. Yeah, they're quite interesting. Not really, don't really, but that sparkly Ibanez, that one's interesting. I think it was 299 or 3. I think later on it was 299. It was 349 or something like that. And it was just like, out of all these guitars, we went up to the top and they were basically, they all kind of just look like this. But it would say Seymour Duncan on it, and it would have like a titanium bridge, and it would be made in Japan, and it'd be 1,500 quid. And then they would have this one at the bottom, which is like 400 quid, which is just the same. Like the Ibanez Geo with the colour shift finish. I've not seen the colour shift one, but there is. That's what I was thinking as well. How cheap can you go with these? Would it still be an awesome guitar? Because when I'm going for that, I don't think this guitar's ever been set up. I think this guitar came 10 years ago or 12 years ago when it was made, and because it doesn't have a Floyd Rose, it's still set up the same way as it was when it came out the factory. Nobody's had to adjust it. It's not the Floyd Rose itself, which is the warning bells in this. You can obviously get an RG with a Floyd Rose on it. Most of them do, but if you get a hardtail one, and the thing is, it's dead easy to adjust, but people haven't had to adjust it. The problem is, with a Floyd Rose, somebody has bought thicker strings, thinner strings, or they've tried to tune to drop D, and they've gone, oh, this isn't working, and they've tried to fidget with a screwdriver and then it's all fucked up. You can normally bring them back, but you need to. Whereas one like this, they tried putting thick strings on it, and it was within tolerances to not make it unplayable. They tried putting really thin strings on it, down tuning it, and it's like nothing really moved enough to make it unplayable. So they never bothered fanning about with the intonation. They never bothered messing with the truss rod. They never bothered fucking about with the nut. So it's just perfect. Let It Be Next, an excellent album. I think I've got it on vinyl and CD, all the Phil Spector production. Yeah, I'm aware of it. I mean, to be honest, I never really liked Let It Be. I don't know. Obviously, I've got the record. But I mean, I think we're talking the number of times I've listened to that album in its entirety, or a whole side of that album when I've put it on, can be counted on one hand, I think. I have listened to it all the way through, but half a dozen times in 30 years. Blue Metallic Chameleon. It sounds good. There's one that's kind of... I was looking at, there's one that's kind of like a marine... It's not shiny, but it's got like a marine stained wood top, and it's a hardtail, and it's like, I think, see, that's the thing, it's like, if you're going to buy the cheap one, don't get the trem one. Well, I don't know, but the thing is that the Ibanez trems are pretty good, and they don't let you have a Floyd Rose on the cheap ones. You know what I mean? The Floyd Rose doesn't start coming in until you get to this level, because they're like that. No, we could put a Floyd Rose looking thing on it, but it'll be shit. So basically, if you want a trem, you can have this beefed up Strat trem with 2-point Strat trem. You're not getting this and this. Never liked the Floyd Rose. Never even. I don't know. I mean, I can't say I've ever really liked the Floyd Rose. I mean, it's cool. Maybe before I played the guitar, But none of my favourite people really have them. To be honest, I think maybe one of the reasons I'm enjoying playing this kind of more than Paul Gilbert is the fact that I don't feel like I have to use the Floyd, because I mean the Floyd on it's really good, proper Takeuchi Floyd, it returns to pitch no problem, but because it's there you feel you have to use it. This one doesn't have it, so it's... Bringing the old Stones records from America, wow, Mr. Whitesnake. There's the 60s ones that are different now. It's actually different albums up till... I think Satanic Majesty's Request's the same. But all the ones before that, because I've got them. I've got the American ones and the British ones are different albums. Like Between the Buttons is different. There's four songs different. 6 songs different, something like that. And then there's a few American albums, Flowers and stuff. That are really good, just like kind of compilations to make up for the fact that they never got... It's confusing. But I was actually really enjoying the new Stones album. Blue for You or whatever it is. It's just old blues covers, and apparently I read the liner notes on the front. It's basically they were recording whatever album it was, and they were kind of like a slump, and it was like, let's just play blah blah blah, like an old Ray Charles song. So they just played it and they let the tape running, and it was like that was sounding really fucking good. Do you want to just do that again and we'll record it? So they did it, bang, and then a couple of months later, once they'd finished doing the albums, where they got to that, I was like, well, let's do another. And it's just like old songs that they used to like when they were starting out, and they're just kind of jamming them in the studio, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very much the first couple of albums, the sort of that kind of thing. But they're so enjoying it, and it makes sense. I really enjoy it. Play the Naked One. I need to give it a listen. Yeah. I'll have to listen to it in the car. Floyd Rose, I don't know, but the thing is, it's got its place. It's like, see, the thing that's shit about Floyd Rose, there's a couple of things that are shit about Floyd Rose. Having to take off, I think that doesn't really make it Floyd Rose. It's the whole clamping thing up here that's shit. Like, see, if you don't have the clamp up here, right, it means you don't need the fiddly fine tuners, right? So if you don't have the clampy bit here, and you don't have the fiddly fine tuners because you don't need them, what's not to like about Floyd Rose? You know what I mean? It's like, you end up with your improved Strat trem, like a 2-point, kind of like fucking the Washburns have it, that Ibanez Roadster. I noticed there's someone selling one of those, the Hard Rocker bridge in Kilmarnock for 50 quid, and it's like, totally loath to pay 50 quid for it, man, but to be honest, it's one of the best trems I've ever used. You just don't have this whole having the Allen key shit thing. I suppose the advantage is you just don't need to tune it ever, but I noticed that Paul Gilbert will still be in tune when I pick it up, and same with the RG530, it will be in tune, you know what I mean? Even if it's much colder or much hotter, it'll be in tune with itself. But they don't really go out of tune that much, and if you are pure giving it the pure strings flat, pure holding the guitar up with it and all that, yeah, okay, clamp it up. But if you're doing anything like normal, or even just a little bit of a you can fiddle with it, you know what I mean? It'll be fine. Ronnie Wood is the man. You can totally hear Ronnie Wood kicking out licks on that Stones album all over the place. Just brilliantly simple, little kind of Telecaster-esque, crunchy blues licks, but they're just, it's like, how do you word it? You know, you get like, sometimes you get like a synth part that's just pure it's pure compressed. It doesn't really, it sounds almost vocal, and it's so precise, that kind of thing, but just as a wee shitty guitar loop in the back of some old blues song. Amazing. You got the blues at last. Well, it's got a wee bit, yeah, but the thing is, no, but it's not, I never didn't like kind of up tempo. I just don't, the blues I don't like is, can't be bothered with that, basically. They talk about the Midnight Rambler. The Stones have a new one coming out, do they? Really? Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to knock it. It's like, it is. It's well done. It's not. It's a really good. But the thing is, the Stones people always loved the Chuck Berry and all that. So it's like, but there's no way it's not really good. I assume it's all live as well. You can hear, and it's that they all end funny and all that. It's like a the Stones just having a fun doing what they want in the studio, which they probably have filmed it. I wonder why they didn't. Oh. A Trev Wilkinson roll or not? Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things that I'm not sure. Is there a problem? See if you've got a well cut nut, and that counts to anything. See, even if it's just the plastic ones you get on Temu, you get like £5 for £1. See, that cut well is better than any other kind of nut that isn't exactly right. If you know what I mean, it's like if you've got like, oh, I've got a fancy roller nut, but it's sitting 0.5 millimeter low or 0.5 millimeter high, it's not as good as a shit plastic one that's cut right. So yes, Floyd Rose ruined that wee Yamaha RGZ 211 for me. Right. I mean, I get it, Sony. I was scared off the Floyd Rose from a Yamaha. It was a RGX 321P because it had a pick guard. The 321F had a full face pick guard, and another 321 didn't have a pick guard. But the Floyd Rose on that ruined the guitar for me. And basically the guitar was kind of like this, I suppose. It was a Yamaha, but it had a scratch plate. And I fucking hated that guitar. It wasn't till later on. I don't know, there's something about the RG, I never hated it. I don't know why. And I went through a stage of hating the Strat and hating the Telly and hating the Les Paul, obviously. Still in that phase. But I don't know, for some reason it just made sense to me that if you were going to be driving really fast, you would have a Formula One car. So if you were going to be Steve Vai or something, doing as fast as you can, you would have something like this. And when you play one, you go, yep, I get why it's this shape. You know what I mean? You sit on the motorbike and it's like, well, instead of sitting pure cool like that, you know what I mean? You're sitting leaning over and it's like, well, aye, that's so you can go around the corners at 3 times the speed, right? You know what I mean? It's crazy in their 80s. The thing is, I remember them being the wrinkly rockers and all that, and always, I went to see them in 97, and it's getting to the point now where I'm sitting there, how old were they in 97? Do you know what I mean? Were they older, am I older than they were then? Well, what, right, so we're going to say, I don't know, let's say 1960, so they were probably born in 1950. So in 1960, they'd be 20. When their first album was 64, so maybe they were born in 1955 at the latest, kind of thing. So by 2020, by 1997, they would be 65, 75, 85, 95. They'd only be 30. That's not right. 55. So, yeah. I was reckoning this recorded in the studio in Barnes, London, right? Yeah, no, but I think it was just a wee. Let's do it. The fine tuners unlocking that. I know. 47 they were born. 45, right? 45. So by, let's say 95, they would have been 50. So they would have been older than me, but not that much older than me when I saw them in 97, when they were famously super, super wrinkly, and I can't believe they're not dead. Wow. Hey, Bigsby. Like your tremolos. Yeah, decent weekend. I'm still recovering from my bike crash. I've not been out on the bike since. But the fine tuners, the thing is, see the Floyd Rose with these clamps on, the clamps that aren't on this guitar, you can go fucking mental and do stupid stuff and it'll still be in tune, as long as you don't. The thing is, you still need to tune it if you're going from a cold backstage onto the stage, because physics is physics. You're going from 10 degrees to 25 degrees in 10 minutes. Your strings are moving because they're metal and they'll heat up. That's it. So the whole being super locked is, I don't know. Is it not easier just to tune it? Also, I just feel it's almost like, I remember having a shot one time. Obviously, I've been diving and shit like that, but it was when my wee brothers were doing a film, and I was wearing a zombie mask, and I had to stand there and I had to sneak round the back of where the old studio was in Pit Road and Waterside for, I don't know, like 100 yards round this building in one continuous shit thing me while my wee brother dressed as Biggles was stalking me, but I was like a mutant alien thing walking through and having this mask thing on, which I'm totally fine with for like, put the mask on, that's funny, photo. But this was, I knew that we had to walk all the way along the bottom of this line, and then I had to look over there, and then I sparked a fag in character, and then I had to walk around there. But as soon as it started, I was aware that I couldn't take this thing off for 5 minutes, and it became claustrophobic as fuck. And it really was the bit, because I knew that I had to go around the corner. It was like, I don't know, a 3-minute scene or something like that, but I had to walk around, walk up the side, and then Andrew would, just after I let the fag, Andrew, my wee brother dressed as Biggles, hit me in the head with a brick or something, and I was knocked out. But that, it's a wee bit like having the clamp on. It's like, you're right, there's a certain anxiety from having your strings clamped, and it's like, all right, oh, my string's a wee bit out of tune. Oh. You know what I mean? Whereas I would rather just, all right, the E string's out, but rather than fuck it, because you're sitting there going, oh, and the fine tuners don't seem to work that way, and you're like, oh, it doesn't go far enough. So just, yeah, don't bother with them. Keith is 84, something. Bill Wyman was about 90. He was born out. He was always old, yeah. My dad was born in 1946. Has been bedbound. You said, oh dear, oh no. The drugs did work, yeah. And also, I suppose, just, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, if you're just drinking, you know, they're not drinking Tennant's Lager, they're drinking Moe Shandon and the best brandy and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, whole fillet steaks every day. So maybe that's something to do with it as well. What would you say? There's a Megabaz 12. So Baz 37 lives next door. Best gauge of strings, I'd probably put 10s on it, to be honest. Just straight up, they're a wee bit softer. 10s on a Les Paul are the same as 9s on a Strat, so they're kind of on the. Maybe go for it if thing is, when I've been going in buying strings in Merchant City Music for Elixir, which is what I meant to get months ago, and I bought months ago for to do the two RGs, the PGM and the RG470, and I never did it, and I did something else for them. So I would buy, because I had all the options sitting in front of me, I chose hybrid set 10s to 9s. But if I was doing a Les Paul, if you're a drop deer, I would maybe go for like a hybrid set, so one that goes from like a set of 11s on the thick strings to 10s on the, so it'd be like a 48 or a 50 or something to 10, something like that. Maybe a 52. I think 52 might be a bit much. That's like a 48 to 10 instead of a 46 to 10. Just, yeah, if you're going to drop that tune. They Live. I need to watch that again. You know, that film I had not seen until I was in Maltnacampsie. So what was that, 7 years ago? I'd seen bits, parody of it in The Simpsons and other things, but it's like, why have I never seen this film? And Roddy Piper. Why did I not? I kind of remember him being something to do with WWF wrestling or something, but I don't really. Why did I never see that when I was a kid? The fuck? You know what I mean? Is it just a cup? Is it RoboCop? It's maybe just I don't know things pre-RoboCop. I don't know. I don't know how I never seen it, but it's fucking amazing. Yeah, absolute classic. They only gave up skiing when lockdown hit. That generation are bomb-proof because they worked hard and played harder. Yeah, I know. "13s on a telly, wow." No, but I mean, I kind of get it. I don't know. The thing is, you get used to it. And see, because I've got so many fucking guitars, I went through a stage of 9s and really super low action, kind of when I got the RG, because I wanted to start playing super wanky twiddly stuff, which, to be in their defence, I've kind of got much more in that direction recently. So they worked doing that, but it was more of a mindset of thinking, I want to. The ability to not, I can play it, but I'm not going to. I'll play it when it suits. You know what I mean? Just going diddly 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 at the right time is pretty cool, but doing it at the wrong time, it's like, so you got to be able to, rather be able to do it so I know never to do it again by accident. With 13s, that's like you're not doing much bending on them. 9s on a Les Paul. Wow, so that's like 8s on a telly. That's pretty light, Sloanie. Have you tried going... Why are thicker, stiffer, and harder are all carry-on humour? So, have you tried going to heavier strings? Because the thing is, I've been noticing, well, as I said when I was going through the 9s and super low action for blah, blah, blah. See, when you actually go to thicker strings and you've got the action up a bit higher, the thing that's hard is not the actual moving your finger or having the power to hold down the string, it's to play it cleanly. And it's much easier to play it cleanly when the string is more taut and the action's a bit higher to get it to not buzz. Like, yeah, if you've got the action pure super low and you've got super bendy strings, it's hard to do that sort of shit. Yeah, I never bend that much anyway. In 99 then crooks after getting COVID back, so couple of grads, but well, it was still on that when I saw him in 97. I don't know. I know it's been 11 minutes, slowly filling up. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But I mean, that's just like, look at it. I know, but I was sitting here looking at my. I'd love to get it back. In my defence, I'm storing stuff for a pal in my YouTube room, so once that's gone, I can get all these. But I mean, all these guitars are obviously going to have to go in the YouTube room. I'd love to have this room much less cluttered, but a bit more for listening to records and watching a bit of YouTube and playing, having the wee bass and the cube amp and have some sort of setup, but just not pure cluttered with hundreds of fucking guitars. I'll have another room full of guitars. Some jokes about cock cheese yesterday. I was actually watching a bit of Tune the Fat to try and remember whether I liked it or not. I don't remember really liking it at the time, and it had what's her face again? What's the girl's name again? Karen Dunbar. Her as the old woman going, "Aye!" It's like we were getting pumped out the back of the barras. It's fucking hilarious. Thicker strings pull everything back when you bend, not a lot, but it's helpful. Pull everything back. Hey, Guy and Tico. Marco, a 7-string, not seen this before. No, this is my new guitar, it's not a 7-string though. Do I currently have a 7-string? No. I had an 8-string. It was a... See, again, I'm wondering if I should have kept that. It was an 8-string, which is just too much. See, with a 7-string, same with a 5-string bass, I can play it because I can just ignore the 7th string and just skip over it and everyone's the same and then go up an extra one so I don't get lost. On the 8-string, that completely out the window. My brain will not skip 2 strings. It just, no. I don't mind skipping 1 string, Marco, that's fine. I'm not skipping 2. It's an RG though. Lovely. 8s is Billy Gibbons territory, way too light for me. I like 11s. Yeah, but I mean, there's elements of it being... You kind of get used to it. Depends which guitar it is, how you feel, and I don't know. All for harder and stiffer, but like super slinky G string. Yeah. Full backward to 4 strings, yeah. 9s are too floaty and you don't have enough resistance for me when you bend 13 to help you keep the bend neat and in tune or some pitch. Yeah, I know, yes. It's like rather than... It's not the strength of the bend that's the struggle, if you know what I mean. It's being accurate with it. And sometimes, it's like if you're trying to, move something, if it's heavier, it's easier. Putting 9s on every electric, I don't know. Do you not go for the 9s in the Gibson? No, 9s in the Strat, 10s in the Gibson. Because because there's a slightly different tension. Oh. I don't know. See, the thing is, I'm the same because I've got so many guitars, and it's not like I don't like them all. I'll pick up this. This has got nines on it, I think. Like that pure. Oh, this has got nines on it. Oh, awesome! I can do to pure. It's like I'll enjoy it having nines on it. Whereas if it's got tens on it, it's like, oh, awesome! This has got tens on it. Or it's like, oh, this has got a pure thin neck. Awesome! Or this has got a pure thick neck. Awesome! It's like I'm kind of enthusiastic about it. Some punchy wacky back and pure streaming. Nope, just well, I know. It's like. There you go. 6 strings. Yep. There might be an extra line. There's an extra line over the top here now. Oh, is it? Look, so if you count the tuners, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I get this, I did it. 7. See, like that. Yeah. If I were a carpenter, is that not Is that a Robert Plant song? No, you'd be totally get used to it. It's got you totally get used to whatever it is you've got. I don't know. It's nice to be able to do other stuff so you can come back and appreciate for what it is. Sort of thing being a little bit different. I don't get this thing about being the thing when I've got 10 guitars. All right, do you? Oh, cool. That's up your eye. I really like Strats, so I've got 10 different types of Strat that I have my Seymour Duncan JB in it, and they've all got the 9.5 radius that I like, and they've all got this, the shallow V that I like, and it's like, well, so you've got 10 guitars that are all exactly the same but a different colour. Whereas I'd be like, well, I've got this one which has got like a thin, weird neck, and it's got like this pickup, and I'd want them all to be different. Oh, Tim Hardin. Was that the guy, the Ibanez guy? Holly Guitar Heaven. I've never tried a fan-fretted guitar. I do fancy a shot of it. The problem is they're ugly as fuck. I don't know. Streets of London by Ralph McTell and a 12-string acoustic. I don't know that one either. Jen just picked up an amazing acoustic. Not the Antonine. I can't even remember what it's called. But a totally cool looking, like, German 12-string thing. Brothers Naturally Fruity Cider, or you can totally take. It's got the furriness of the raspberry in it. You know, that sort of. It's all right. I think I'm going to have to cut my bucky drink into half because of the amount of caffeine that's in that shit. Don't know if I knew it. I need to listen to more music. You ain't bleeding, you ain't singing, Mo. I think there's just too much. There's too much personal choice in it. You know what I mean? It's like, but I love the. Again, I'm going to sing the thing for the RG. See, unless you're really wanting one with a Floyd Rose, if you get like a hardtail one, and you get one this mid-rangey £400 new type thing, it'll make you play differently. And just by naturally the way it is, it's like any bits that you thought were fast, this goes, it's easy, come on. Which is quite terrifying. But, you know, it does do all normal stuff. Actually suits the rolling coupe quite a lot. Put 10s on my Vibrato SG after changing the arm the other week and didn't like them. Had 9s. Well, I suppose, but it is its personal preference. I'm a bit of a cheap bastard, so if I'd put 10s on that guitar, I would, unless I could take them off and put them on another guitar, I would leave them on until they were rusty and just learn to deal with it. Big hug, Sonny. The thing called charisma. What? There'll be no charisma on my channel. What was I playing? Oh, I was thinking Pete and Diesel. I like this guitar. You got a classical music in his own thing, but it's like the thing about, I don't know, guitars is that there's so much more to what a guitar looks like that makes you play it differently. Everything I've been playing on this, I could be playing on that Strat, no problem, or the Telly, yeah, totally, but I maybe just wouldn't have thought about it or played it the same way. If you had to perform something outside of your own genre, what would you perform? I don't know, Simon, what is my own genre? I don't know if I've got one. I had to look up this song. Somebody sent me a link to that later, whatever it is. I don't know if I know it. BBC Two last night about how they found Paul McCartney's mix. Someone sent me a link to that, but I forgot to watch it. No, but it only got found recently, didn't it? Rocked so hard last night, knocked over a couple of molten lamps from midnight. Just drink one of them. I'm not sure the drinking and playing is really that. I don't know, it's good to practice drunk, I suppose. But you're talking about playing, I've been trying to play along with, I guess it's a band called Gothian. It's like medieval folk music. I absolutely love it and adore it and I can play it, but it's totally, it needs to be on for 30 seconds for me to get it because it's so, all the time signatures are weird and stuff. It's too difficult. But I mean, what's the thing is that there's so many different bits of music that I like anyway. There's just, as long as it's up tempo. Made fish pie, pear and ginger crumble and dyed my hair purple. Well, that's all good, yeah. Keep it purple for the next after the end thing. We've got gigs back on the book. Apparently Alan had his operation early. It's all going well. All looking good, so I'll not be playing with an Iceman bass, so. Yeah, I watched was it Man on the Run documentary last week. It's just new. That's pretty good. I like Paul. I like Wings as well. Oh, what's that? I've never played it. It's in there somewhere. Hey, the Irish Pirate. Have you a go-to brand of elixirs on a few, but it gets expensive? Rotosound packs with the strap are good vibe, but I find they die quickly for me. Yes, I was getting a deal because Blitzkrieg shop, who I need to go and see, was getting them in, and I was buying them at cost price, so they were costing me like, I think he was letting me off with 50 pence or a tenner for 3 sets. So at £3.33 I was using the Rotosounds. They were fantastic. Elixirs are my strings if I've got any choice in the matter, because they last ages. But I don't want. I'm not. If I'm selling a Bucky caster for 120 quid or whatever it is, I'm not. I don't want to put £15 worth of strings on that. But elixirs are the ones. I wish you could get multi packs. Years ago, you used to be able to get. It was like a 3-pack that just came in one box, and it was basically the same price as 2 packs. So I can't remember how much they were at the time, but I would buy these 3 packs, which is basically buy 2 get 1 free, all in one box, all shrink wrapped together, and it was like that was a fucking good deal. Yeah, but things do sit there. Okay, slowly I love it when the NGD brings the mojo back, yes, but the thing is, how lucky were we, or am I, that I can do that for fuck all money? And it's like, it's not like I don't have hundreds of guitars, right? I've got lots and lots of guitars and ones that I'm pure passionate about, I love, but I can spend £100, less than that, and get something that I've truly had my money's worth out of kind of already. The fact that it came with new strings on it, just like icing on the cake, but it's like so much joy and interest in looking it up and all that shit for, I could just have bought a new one. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it must be, I suppose, I don't know, if you think about it like drugs or something like that, or whiskey, you know what I mean? It's like if I were going somewhere and it's like up here about Download Festival, when the only time we would ever drink whiskey is like, you want a shot of whiskey, and we're watching, fucking before we go into the mosh pit of Meshuggah, like up here, whiskey, fuck, you know, yes, amazing. But if you're like used to drinking single malts and you work in a distillery, you know what I mean? That whiskey, it doesn't make any difference to me what fucking kind of whiskey it is. You know what I mean? Aye. But if you get something that's your thing, and I just feel pure blessed that I've got the ability to, even though I've got hundreds of guitars and I could have expensive ones, it's something like this that suddenly, here we go, woohoo! You know what I mean? I found out how long the elixirs last, work out cheaper. Yes, your forever guitar, there you go. Irish Pilot point, your forever guitars. It's not forever, but it is. It's not more than a decade, but it's up to a decade. Kinda. Hey Bigsby, bought a set of strings from, bought knockoff strings from Vinted. It was like 5 hybrid sets for 88. They were not that bad, really. I don't know, some of them are alright. But it seems sometimes when you get a set of elixirs, the thing is that when you put new strings on it, I'm not talking, I mean, Rotosounds are alright. They're not as good as the Ernie Balls though. Like the Ernie Balls, if you're putting new, I think that's probably what possibly it's on this, they are better, and even they're better than elixirs for the first week or whatever it is, but then the elixirs stay where they are and all that. I think there's probably a good bit of sense of having a cloth there that whenever you put the guitar down, give the strings a wipe. It's probably a super good idea, not that I do that, but you know what I mean. Temu to Darius. It's where the point comes in where they become not worth it. They've recently brought out new bass strings from Temu, and they were originally a bit more expensive. The ones that had the coloured ends on them, like Didarios, and they are significantly better than the ones that do not have coloured ends on them. There's a new development. I mean, obviously, there's one place making strings, and now they've sold all their stock. They've worked out how to make them slightly better, so you're just going to be able to buy the coloured end ones, even though the colours are wrong according to the back of the packet. They're not the same order they should be, but they're proper strings, and it's like the Harley Benton ones you get for like, if people, there used to be a guy in Glasgow did it, because if you spend X amount, £100 on postage, you get free postage, and the strings work out at £1.10 a packet or something, so you sell them for, 10 sets for I don't know, 12, 10 set, 8 sets for a tenner sort of thing. So he was selling for 125 or 130 a packet, and it's fucking at that price. If you're putting on a guitar to show that it works, that's fucking great. Or decide whether do I really want to try tens, put tens on it, give it a couple of weeks, decide, go back to nines and buy more expensive. They're fine. It's just somewhere in the middle. I don't want to be. I'd love to be able to get a set of strings for £3, £4 that was good enough for me to put on one of my good guitars. Those fake strings are utter shite and a complete waste of money. That's the problem, though, isn't it? I totally 100% agree. That's why I've got that thing with the elixirs. That's why I'll buy them in Merchant City. Yes, I can get them £1 a packet cheaper on eBay, hunting and waiting and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, if I just go in there, I know they're fucking real because I'm buying them off the fucking the importer, you know what I mean? And that's so much more worth it, £2 a set, to know that they're actually real ones instead of just get shite ones. The cheapos aren't a waste when the guitars are hanging about and see 20 minutes action a year. I don't know. Why have you got these guitars then? That's what I'm trying to do just now. I've noticed that I've been cycling through quite a lot of guitars. Part of the excuse is to make sure that none of them are too manky or have not survived the move. But if I don't fucking love it, I'm going to sell it. That's it. I'm not saying if I don't like the guitar, I'm saying if I don't love it. And maybe it's just the mood I'm in. Maybe it's just like in my guitar journey just now, or the way the amps are setting, or being in this house, or whatever it is. I'm really, really fucking enjoying playing the guitar. Like, really, every time I play it, I seem to be going somewhere completely different. It's fucking amazing. It probably sounds the same, but you know what I mean? Two stories. Sold a lot of guitars to repair a guitar that got totaled. Made $75. Lost a lot more. Oh, there you go. A guitar player needs a new car to repair a car that got totaled. Made $75. Oh god. Cars are bastards, Mr. Whitesnake. That's you didn't buy the Japanese one though, eh? But I mean, I've not got that much mind. I'm noticing the rust showing up in the Honda. I need to do something with the rust before it becomes a thing. I want to keep that car forever. Fucking love it. I want that to be one of the ones that keeps going. It's getting a proper service soon. Have you counted how many you have? Oh, there you go. I can give you the fully honest answer and no, I have not. Get some fast fret. Yeah, I'll go one more than that. Space Monkey 59. Get some fast fret. Strings last for years. So does the fast fret. Look, this has got a tone wood handle, and it's still going. It definitely. I've got a system. See, I've got guitars that I've not played for 6 months or a year, and the strings have gone rusty, but they're not really that bad. You can literally loosen them off and then scrape them with wire wool. And basically, when you've done that with a set of any decent songs from Roto Sounds up, it's as good as a brand new set of Harley Benton strings. It gets the guitar playing, but that's it. Also, it makes the guitar clean. My fast fret's the same. Is it a vintage tone wood handled one though? Spacebug wouldn't have had it. Must be donkey's years old. I don't know. I mean, I've had it for probably 20 years and I didn't buy it. It was my pal Jim. He was good for some things, even though he was a dick and I fell out with him. But he was good for some stuff. I was like, how's that fast fret? I just remember seeing it on. It was always on the counter. In fact, is it not normally in a tin? That's not in a tin, that's in a stupid plastic thing. But yeah, I just remember it was that and string winders you would always see on the counter of guitar shops. You know, it's like you're going, oh, you've got a guitar. It's like, but basically there's an awful lot of things for, see, like aunties and grannies to buy for little Malcolm who's 10 and just started playing the guitar and his birthday's coming up, and it's like, oh, here's some fast fret and one of those things for strengthening your fingers and a chord chart and all that sort of shit, you know what I mean? Actually, the one thing I asked for on my 18th birthday from my mum and dad, it was like money, obviously, but it was like, how do you get you something? And I was, well, And I was up here, could you get me a guitar strap? And it was, just get like a plain black one, but I'd like it to have like the sort of leather ends on it, you know what I mean? At the time, and basically my mum did go into town, and then on my birthday I got, I've still got it, definitely, I don't know, I have no idea what even make it was, just like one of the seatbelt ones. I've got no problem with the seatbelt strap, that's fine, as long as it's got decent ends on it. That's my favourite. It's a superior tone wood. I wanted to go with the Tokai strap. Fantastic. Is it in the tin though, or did the tin replace? Did the tin go at the same time? Because I just got a shot of someone's and it was plastic, and it was like I didn't say anything honestly, but I just wanted to go, what the fuck, giving me that fucking plastic shite? Ah! I should have fucking rammed it up his nose. You know what I mean? His nose. I can't think who it is that's got it. It might be my pal David, who might be watching, so hey. But I mean, yeah, I wasn't really going to ram it up your nose, but somebody's got a plastic one. I think I probably mentioned it like that. Yeah. My fast frets would. As you don't get a lint-free cloth, so you have to use something else. Mine did have the lint-free cloth in it. It's still lying about somewhere. I think it's in that big Rosie's biscuit tin in the kitchen. Before I was... Yeah, but it's good. It's good to be a user of the fast fret. It's totally worth it if you've got the guitars to use it on. It's maybe not worth it if you've only got one guitar, but I mean, who's only got one guitar? But if you're learning to play the guitar and you've only got one guitar, this is the one you have. Wired like this with the single coils and the humbuckers, you don't need anything else. No, I've got the cloth, I just don't know where it is. But I mean, honestly, that fast fret, since I got it, has been used on 400 guitars. Would it be something as stupid as that? So let's say it's only 10 years I've been on YouTube, isn't it? Over 10 years. That would be 40 guitars a year. Okay, it can't be that much. Couple of hundred anyway. You'll learn, Mr. Whiteside. You don't even have an RG. The thing is, you might be able to get some great new metal era Ibanez just now, because that new metal's not very super popular, so you can get ones like this, the shit that's used for downtuning, which you don't really need. That novice noisemaker guy, I don't know who that is. Yeah, 400 guitars, I don't think it's as many as that. It's 200 anyway. Easily. 300, well, maybe 300 anyway, pretty much. Hey, Shaky Blues, watching in Venice. Oh, amazing. Pure exotic. Romantic, perhaps. I'll play some Venetian rock. I don't know anything. Even Italian. I think that Venice is in Italy, isn't it? Yeah, so. No, I can't even play it. He's a learner player who's obsessed with buying guitars. I get it. Actually, I was watching Phil McKnight again. I keep bumming up Phil McKnight. Not bumming Phil McKnight, obviously, but he keeps putting on wee snippets. I'm finding him quite interesting. He's talking about. I was saying his pal was in, I don't know, Guitar World or whatever it was, the shop, and he was looking at a Les Paul, and it was, the Gibson one at $3,000 or whatever it was, and he was playing it. He had a couple to try out, and after he'd been playing it for 10 minutes, they get the clerk come over and goes, "Up here, it's an Epiphone you want, pal." I'd be, wow, that's super insulting. But I mean, in many ways I get that. But the thing is, see, once you get to a certain point, see a guitar like this, if you can't do it in this, well, that's it. You know what I mean? You can do it on this, whatever it is you're trying to do, this level of guitar with the two humbuckers and things, but what does it for £400? Being, you know what I mean, someone who's played the guitar for a year on this, against someone who's played for 6 months on a 10 grand guitar, they're blowing the pants off them with this. They're playing for a year. They have guitars, but there can only be one. But I mean, what is the one though? This can't be the one because there's more of them. But I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, like, if I can sell that neck pickup, which to be honest I really like, I'm going to keep it in it. I feel bad wanting to take that Seymour Duncan out it, because whoever it was, the guy who I got this off, I think he sold it to his pal 10 years ago, and it had been blah blah blah. It's been modified, and they had a vision. And the vision was to have this PRS pickup in it and have a Seymour Duncan. And there was something in here, maybe a boost circuit or something. We've enlarged that hole, and it never fully worked. Now it is fully working, so I feel that now that it's up to what the scratch it should be, just by having someone who knows how to set up guitars and just give it a good clean and all that shit. It really does. I kind of don't want it. I know it's not my vision, but it's somebody's vision, and it's now working. I like Phil McNitt's podcast. Your gear is great to listen to. Long drive down to Earth guy seems to know stuff. Yeah, totally. He's back. He doesn't kiss arses. No, I think I kind of liked him a wee bit in a third video or something. He was talking about that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm going to run through some comments, and yes, I'm just going to skip all the ones that say I look like a fat Joe Satriani, and then I was just like, pure, he's got that square head, doesn't he? No, I think the guy's all right. I like him. The one is my D28 with KK Pure Mini pickup. Oh, the one, right? That's a Martin. All right, well, that's an acoustic guitar. I don't know, man. Is that? I mean, is that the one you've played most? Should it not be that the one you've played most is the one you keep? But in saying that, I mean, some of my guitars I've had for years, like things like my Schecter Telly, my Gibson SG, that was my main guitar for a couple of years, where basically that's the guitar I played. But I probably play 10 times as much as I do now. So I don't know. Or maybe just actual quality guitar playing. I don't mean sitting with the guitar on watching YouTube. I mean actually playing something new and learning and proceeding is definitely 10 times what I was 10 years ago. Definitely. Every time I'm doing it, it's up here, I'm just playing, and within a minute I've found something that I'm going, oh. And I'm off on a wee tangent. The Washburn A20 is the one that looks good. So, well, again, I would maybe say my Washburn B28. So when you're on your desert island, I might be in the next desert island with an amp as well. We can get a jam. You won't need to play rhythm guitar because I've got the 8-string bass. Yeah, and a rolling cube to go with it. But just slowly play it like fuck, a lot, like stupidly. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but see, once you get the stage series, it's a better shape than nearly everything. It's not immediately uncomfortable or awkward, but see, after a certain point, it becomes, why aren't all guitars like this? It's got that in it. The RG has that. You don't have an RG and play it for 2 hours and say, why aren't all guitars like this? You have an RG for a couple of weeks and you're playing it, and then you start going, why aren't all guitars like this? The Greco. I think that was Washburn Falcon. Yes, I mean, that was one that I wanted forever before. As soon as I started playing the guitar, it was definitely some sort of guitar book I got out of the library that was 100 great guitars or 1,000 great guitars or something, and it had one of them in it. And I saw that and I went, I want one of them. That's no idea what it was. Obviously, I could have looked it up and it probably said it was a Washburn Falcon. But many years later, I got a shot one, didn't like it, and then many years after that, I bought one. And no, the answer is it can't be the one. But I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's but the one I would show you. I'm just not a Les Paul fan, and it just unfortunately is a Les Paul. It's not as much use to me as this. Annoyingly, obviously, if it was like, do you want to keep this or that? It's like, well, I'll just suffer through it. But I've never put enough time into the Washburn Falcon. That's what I'm saying there to Sloane about the stage series. By the time I got stage series and I had a shit one and did it up and I got a good stage series, I'd already learnt to deal with the Falcon. Once you start to learn to deal with the stage series, you suddenly go, oh, hold on, and it's like, pretty unarguably, in some ways, it's the best guitar in the world. It's like totally, it will do things like pure. You've got to know where to push it, but it will do things and you go like that. Pure, that can only be done on 10% of guitars ever made, and every other one of that 10% costs $5,000. You know what I mean? It does do things. Terrifying. The Antoria Televid was great. My mate, originally from Leith, it's an Antoria Les Paul with EMGs in it. No, fair enough. Yeah, no, that wee Antoria Telly is great. Sloanie's just bought one, but it's better because it's called a Belton Super Swinger. It's the same guitar, but mine says Antoria, just a different thingy. I play the B20 often. It's loved, but it's not a case queen. Good stuff. You've been using the coil splits on it, Sloanie? Sometimes yes. Yeah, totally. Surely the Stiff Like a Fingers didn't use EMG pickups. Am I going to have to go down the active pickup test again now that I'm enjoying playing through the rolling cube? Totally different thing. The last week spent using that wee valve amp has really showed me the difference between the solid state and valve. I tried to set up an AB switch so I could have both and switch between them, but it's like they don't like it. The earth doesn't like it. But there's something very, very controllable about the rat pedal into that, where it's like it distorts all the notes. You can turn it down, it still sounds, I don't know. But it's like it's already Bellon's already a super swinger. It's totally making me try different things. It's like, see if you ever try to learn something. What was I trying to play? I was like, no. Yeah. The thing is, you've got to have been practicing it a little bit. Dog wants his dinner. I'll just tread water then slowly, don't worry. I do have to admit, I'm going for the Floyd there a wee bit. Back to that. Pete and Diesel, My Island. From the island found, watching by the Spanish man. Are you from the island blue with southern mountains on the ground? I've been traveling down the mall, as it's on a table. Walking down the road, brothers on the road around. Oh, this is an island, oh, this is mine. We've got the beat and find the beat until the day I die. Oh, this is my island, oh, this is my island. the beat until the day we die. Yeah, have you got a slim shaft on that one, Mr. Whiteside? Very easy to get carried away with an RG though. But it's like one of those things, if you're gonna... You don't buy the Honda Civic Type R and not drive it fast, do you? The thing is, even though it comes down to you and go up here, oh, the Ibanez is for shredding and playing fast and stuff, it totally does all the other stuff just as well. And there's not really in I could play on this and then go, oh, right, I couldn't play that in the Strat. No, I'll give it the Strat, I'll play it immediately. It's just that because it doesn't look like this and feel like this, I didn't go in that direction. Constant progression, exactly. I think it's one of those things that someone asked earlier on about learning stuff outside of your genre sort of thing, and it's like, yeah, totally, because I might not like, I don't know, Broadway musicals or whatever it is, but if I could play some of that in there, I could take, there's elements of it I like, so why not? The same musicality applies from that than it does to this, or any kind of music, I suppose, apart from Oasis, because it's not actually music. But, you know, if you can play a wee bit of reggae, it's like, you're playing kind of there in the beat. That's what, and it's like a whole new avenue to explore, and it's just the same, you know, playing the guitar, or, I mean, I'm just constantly, I mean, for years now, it's not, I'm sitting learning the guitar when I'm driving, listening to music, not, I still remember working out how to play Alice Cooper Poison, right, in the van, driving back from Pitlochry, and I came in, I was up here desperate to get in, playing the guitar, and I was fucking right, and I knew I was, just because I was up here thinking about the fretboard, like I had it pure, I knew what I was going to play when I went in the house. It was amazing. Can you play Wishbone Ash, sir? I wish I could. I should. It's unacceptable the amount of times I've heard Argus, but I've never tried playing along with it. Dun, dun, dun. No, I wish I could. I would just kill it. That eat up everything I can get my hand on. It's a Sunday worship. You're like, it has totally Space Monkey. Yes, no, I really enjoy it. It's amazing. Argus is amazing. Argus is one of those ones where I bought the album knowing nothing about it, looking at the album cover and going, oh, I hope it sounds like this album cover. And it totally sounds like the album cover. I mean, I don't know what you call that. when you buy a record and the cover looks like what the album sounds like. But I fucking have to be a warrior. Oh, that shit. King will come. Oh, amazing. With the soldier on, I don't know. I can't. A soldier and a conqueror, a slave I could have. I know the one you mean. I honestly, I'll be able to get it. I haven't heard this album in fucking years, but I seem to be. I can't steam it on. That sounds a bit fatalistic, but music can be a great thing. Just as long as it's like the whole enjoying it thing and getting the buzz out it. That's what I'm saying again. How lucky I am to be able to afford to every couple of months buy something stupid like this, and for £100 type thing, and get the same amount of joy in it that I'm sure. I mean, there must be people who have got 10 Les Pauls. They don't get as much joy out of buying that 10th Les Paul as I got out of buying this. Doesn't matter how much money it cost. You know what I mean? Value for money. Last few months have been killed. Something I've been at the point where I've forgotten a lot and cannot play without music in front of me. Brain's working a funny way, Sloaney. It's all about. There's that point you get to when suddenly you don't need. You're no longer playing things that you know, and then. That was a while ago for me that happened, and then you get to the point which I've come across, been talking about for the last year about this thing that's happened. I've been accelerated in the last 12 months. I'm twice as good on the guitar as I was. I don't know. So I feel, or maybe not. It's not. I'm maybe playing the same thing, but when approaching it from a different point of view, the whole thing opened up like a mad thing that was dead obvious that I never knew. It's kind of funny. So I mean, I don't put the music in front of me and end, but I mean it's difficult. That's the same thing as that sitting there can't remember how to play any of that gothy end stuff. It's so difficult. And the thing that's really blowing me is that you've noticed me doing it all the time. That note there has always been there. How did I never notice that and never use it before? Whenever you're playing, it's just always there. I'd never thought. I've never been from there to there. It's always been there to there. It's just always going up the way. So current recommendations. Everyone should have a telly. Get yourself an RG. I'm not sure. I need to get my hands on a Geo one. The problem is, it's one of those things. If you're going to spend time doing it up, I spent zero time doing this up at all. It's just not there. It's like the setup was just there. If you get a hardtail one of these that hasn't looked like somebody's tried to adjust it themselves, it'll play like a fucking dream. Hey Argentina, how's it going? Most of the stuff I remember to play around 20 years ago, something I learned a year ago, is never as wow. Maybe it's the learning thing, Sloaney, I don't know. There are some things that I have learned how to play. Like, I learned how to play all of their Satanic Majesty's Request by the Stones, and I can't remember how to do that. But again, there's some things that I remember, playing something like Fearless by Pink Floyd. I've probably not played that I played it a couple of years ago, but, because I worked that out at the time, and it was a big moment for me, I remember it was doing some things, you work it out, and it's not that difficult, or it doesn't feel... You don't get that dopamine rush of getting the achievement of going, fuck it, I just worked out how to play System of a Down, you know what I mean? Francisco Lanzi, does he Puffin play live in Skin of Foo Fighters? I don't know it. I'm not a big Foo Fighters fan. I find there's too much rhythm guitar. What's it? No, I honestly don't even know how it's like. That one. I left my life, kind of thinking of something. Nothing ever yeah, so you'll be able to bend it into some sort of. There'll be something you can glean from it, some positive somewhere. It doesn't sound very likely, but I'm sure there's something. All my life is just playing G. All my life is just playing G. And never done nothing. All my G, 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 G. Comfortably none. That's yeah. I mean, yeah, but that would have to be the reggae version or the heavy metal version. Yeah, you can choose. The way you are receiving. Great guitar for being a dick, one of these. Brilliant. Got a couple of guitars, but my poser, yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Whitesnake. Well, I'm not sorry at all, but it's more, I would rather watch you played in your first band than quite a lot of people. It's like, I haven't seen bands in years, so I'm talking about between when I was like, I don't know, 18 to 25, I used to go and see tons of shit bands, and the number of people that play like this. Oh no, turn it down too low. Fuck that. Put your rat on and play it a long way to the top. I'm already on the rat. Riding on the highway, in rock and roll. Do it my way. Rock and roll. It's harder than it looks, cause it's a long way to the. You wanna rock and roll. Cause it's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Just G there. Let's make a bet, Dizzy Puffin. I don't know how you. I don't think it's ever long. I mean, I don't. To be honest, I've never really listened to the Foo Fighters. I don't really like them. I think I've got maybe a couple of the albums, but there's too much rhythm guitar. Rhythm guitar equals bass equals respect. Well, sort of. I struggle with the rhythm guitar thing. And I question whether rhythm guitar still exists. Only people I've ever heard who play rhythm guitar are of a certain age. I do remember people playing rhythm guitar when I started playing the guitar, but I don't think you get rhythm guitarists now. I mean, what is rhythm guitar? You have to play with your balls hanging out. Did I have my thought? My balls are hanging out, you just can't see it because I've set the camera angle correctly. That's how I'm hitting the high notes. Notice. Malcolm Young's guitar. He was like, I know. I mean, I think it was years ago. I think it was a YouTube video, and it was like, it Hell's Bells or something like that, and it was like, yeah, right, here, can you play this bit? And it was like, the. But it wasn't that. But that, yeah, you could totally play it. But when it came to the Malcolm Bell sound. It's just too much distortion. He's so good. Miss Tilly's Scottish Tablet is the business. I do like Miss Tilly's Scottish Tablet. The Metal Tenacious D. I was into Tenacious. Remember couldn't remember the greatest song in the world. No, it's just a tribute. I was there from the start. I actually even saw them on that tour. Can't remember the greatest song in the world. No. Take down the strangers. Play with confidence. Don't hide in the corner with your head down. Try to put it Slash with his leather split. Well, that's it. Exactly. Although I have to say that my dislike for, I know it's your favourite video, Guns N' Roses was when I was, I don't know, of a very impressionable age, when I had Rainbow Greatest Hits, but I thought it was an Iron Maiden tape. I already had a Walkman, so we're talking about 1988 or something like that. And I had my first black and white telly, and Guns N' Roses, which I now know was the Use Your Illusion concert, was on at like 11 o'clock on Channel 4 before I was going to bed, and I was like, oh, Guns N' Roses, they're heavy metal, I like heavy metal, and I put it on, and the whole standing there like that, smoking the fag and all that, and it was just like, and running about, I was like, oh no, I don't like this, I don't know what this is. When I was like fucking 10, like, no, what the fuck. It's like, oh, Live and Let Die, and then it was like, Live and Let Die. I think I turned it on, Live and Let Die was on, and they were playing the guitar solo bit. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, they're playing it, and then the singing came up, yeah, I was like, what the fuck. I didn't like it. Make your own tablet, I bet you it's good, yeah, totally. Rainbow Right, I'd love to be able to play Rainbow, I don't know. I know, but I can find you purple water. We're going down the plane. You sang tribute, not the metal. I don't remember the metal. That's what I'm saying. I was there at the start. I remember. I'm old, so I saw Tenacious D when the tribute was the thing, and I think was the album was out, but the film wasn't out yet, so I can't remember the metal. Is that the one with the oh from the film? I don't know. Oh. Try making it Rainbow Rising. Oh, Rainbow Rising's amazing. That's like Kill the King was always one of my favourite songs. That was on my Rainbow Greatest Hits tape. So songs that really influenced me, even though I didn't know it was Rainbow: Gates of Babylon, Long Live Rock and Roll, and Kill the King. Whatever those three are. I didn't know it was a Rainbow Greatest Hits I had until 10 years later when I found it, and it was like, I found a couple of the songs, but then it was like Rainbow Greatest Hits, and I opened it up and it was like, oh fucking, there we go. Yeah. Watch the earlier Guns N' Roses. I don't know, sorry. Hey Goatbutt, how's it going? This is AI at G-Rock. Who does that make you then? Goatbutt, not you, Rab. I agree the early GNR stuff was great. They totally ripped off Hanoi Rocks and Swagger. Yeah, but I don't know, I mean, I guess it was before my time. Guns N' Roses were already a thing. I kind of remember Iron Maiden. To be honest, Iron Maiden were an awful lot cooler, I thought. Or an awful lot more fun. Guns N' Roses had that cool thing. And I just don't like cool. I've never liked cool. It's like, I don't know, Black Sabbath were never cool. That's why I didn't like some stuff. Okay. People in this world, I have torture and pain. Many people did not see, but it feels running. Watch your blood, God bless you, trying to take you home. You can make it down and out of room. You get your balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. Yeah, I'd love to play that in a band. I don't know April Wine at all. I'm afraid Gene Dunlow's Ice and the Ritz from 1980 is good just to go back to it. I remember how great they were before the Use Your Illusion albums. Well, yeah, maybe, I don't know, it's like, I wish they hadn't tuned down. I don't like, I don't know. Actually going to see Guns N' Roses this year as well. They're playing the Download. The bands I am looking forward to, Electric Six are playing the Village, or the tent camping bit, so I have to go to that. Electric Six, Electric Callboy, because they did that Ratatata song with Baby Metal, who are playing again. So with Baby Metal, who hopefully they'll do a collaboration. Cypress Hill, that's got to be funny. Who else is playing? Guns N' Roses are headlining. I was watching Schenker the other day. I need to a bit more into Schenker. I've got Rock Bottom. Did I not play Rock Bottom last week, even though I've never played it before? Like, I've got the live Lights Out one, and I don't know. They never really. I don't know why Black Sabbath connected with me so much. I mean, the thing I had, Black Sabbath were always my band. I just like nothing's as. I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, UFO, they're pure amazing. They're not as good as Black Sabbath, so I listen to Black Sabbath instead. Maybe now I'm ready for a bit more of that, a bit more. To please, finding it through the thousands of the ground to use. From that fun, why I make you? If we skip the last few years, no, I mean, my pal, Sonny, when we were down there, my pal Peter, who's a Slovakian guy, he grew up with Guns N' Roses, massive fan, and we were walking up, I was like, he's like, hurry up, my Guns N' Roses aren't on yet. And I was like, no, they're totally on right now. And he's like, no, no, no. And I was like, that's that fucking song, was it Welcome to the Jungle? And he's like, no, no, no. Like, it fucking is, I only know about 3 Guns N' Roses songs, and that is it that we're listening to right now. No, no, no. And it was just like, oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? No. And he was like, man, he was thoroughly gutted. What was it? It was Izzy Stradlin who was the glue. I think when he left, like, they lost that rock and roll ethos. I think when Mick Taylor, it's like when, I know what you mean, yeah. Deal with Black Sabbath. I'm fine with Deal with Black Sabbath. I need to listen to, I need to get Dehumanizer and Bible Black. I've only got 3 of their or 2 of the albums. Need to get a wee bit more into it. It's not as good as, it doesn't, well, I suppose they kind of do have, there's an awful lot of Bill Ward in Black Sabbath. So you need, it's like, it's not, I mean, Ozzy was part of it, but you need Bill Ward and the fucking Tony Iommi riff that doesn't make sense with the stupid, there's very much the 4 of them. You can't have Black Sabbath without the 4 of them. As soon as you take one away, it becomes an amazing other band, but not Black Sabbath anymore. I know he was kind of, Bill Ward like played on, but he didn't have any input. It didn't have that orchestral, it was just like a normal rock band kind of thing, which is not as good as the first 8 albums, but still fucking love it. 1987, my cousin just bought The Appetite for Destruction. I remember the tape or the album cover all over the place when it was about, and it kind of replaced. I remember everyone having Iron Maiden t-shirts before I knew what Iron Maiden was. I remember asking my dad when we were in Macro if I could have one of the Iron Maiden t-shirts. I was like, I don't know. It's like a kind of heavy music. I don't think you'll like it. And it's the kind of music. I just thought it was cool. The big, the sort of, what I know now is album covers. I just thought the cool sort of skeletons and shit. I didn't really know what Iron Maiden was. I just thought it was like a cool thing, When you said I thought we were a rock band, and suddenly there's a piano and backing singers and the backing stage. Like Sammy the Fan. Oh, that's it. Yeah, totally. But I mean, I think is you can't really argue. I don't think that which is the ultimate, and it's like, well, the ultimate, but it doesn't make it mean it's not worth it. It has to be Ozzy for Sabbath. The thing is, I know it sounds really stupid. I bought what's meant to be their shittest album, Black Sabbath album called Forbidden, on vinyl. It just got remixed because it had Ice-T was the producer. I'd never seen it. It never came out in vinyl, and I saw it in my wee record shop for 20 quid in vinyl because it was like a return or something, and I really fucking like it. It's my favourite after the first 8 albums. Honestly, which sounds really stupid, but if I had to listen to a whole Sabbath album after Never Say Die, it's that one. That's before Gillan, before Dio. It's really fucking good. In 1987, I had an appetite for sweeties. You know what I mean? 1987, I'm in sweeties and looking up, going down on the beach at low tide, and sharpening sticks with a penknife. Peter Banks before Steve Howe. You're talking about, is that Genesis? But how does that work? But I suppose it's anything. It's like just, I've got a lot, my record collection contains a lot of prog. I like a lot of prog bands. I don't really get Yes and Genesis. I don't know why. It's like one of those things that on paper they should be my favourites, but there's never really any of it that's hit me in the face. I mean, I'm liking much cheaper prog, like Caravan, Camel. I fucking listen to albums of theirs religiously. Mike Oldfield, a lot of shit like that, but I just don't really get that. Have you learnt any new strumming? No, but I'd love to. Yes, the Genesis are brilliant. I mean, they are. There's just, I don't know. There's something that's there or something that's... I wonder if there's something... Do you understand? Can you get it, Stevie, that Yes and Genesis... What do Yes and Genesis have or not have that Caravan, Camel, Jethro Tull, Pink Floyd... Well, they're not really... You know what I mean? Alan Parsons Project. I mean, I've got... I don't... They're not one of my huge favourites, but every time I've put them on, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Everything Mike Oldfield's ever done, pretty much, I can just listen to it in a flow with no problem. But for some reason, Yes and Genesis have a dissonance that I don't know. Kind of mental. And saying that, when was the last time I listened to them? I don't know. But I'm very aware that at some point I might hear something and go, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever heard. And it could very well be Genesis or Yes, very much so. It's likely it's going to happen. It's just not happened yet. Right, Victory 86, what new strumming do you learn? What's new to strum? Is it Melissa? Or was that getting extra people in? I don't know. I mean, that's what, when I first heard Pink Floyd, I thought they were shite because there were so many. Jez with the game. I've seen Stevie. I'm aware that the one where he's dressed up and he's kind of... There's a concept album. Is it called The Lamb Drive Down Broadway? Whatever it is, I've seen a wee bit of a video in one of these, the greatest prog rock albums ever. And he's like, is he pretending he's got a lawnmower and the music's pure, and it's like fucking mad shit. But it's just, I love mad, terrible stuff, but it's got to have something. And I don't know what it is that's in Genesis. I mean, I'm talking about fucking everything Arthur Brown's ever done, I fucking love. You know what I mean? It's like pure Atomic Rooster now. It's fucking amazing. Wow, I didn't know it was like this, but for some reason, it's the right kind of horrible, not my kind. But all the members of Genesis solo work. I don't know. I did see Genesis not at their peak, but I didn't realise what it meant. Not Genesis, Yes. I don't know, Genesis. Oh, I suppose you get Sledgehammer. Who else was in Genesis? Mike and the Mechanics. Then I Can't Dance, so I suppose you've got Genesis and Steve. Oh, Steve Hackett was he Genesis, Steve Hackett? Sorry, I'm getting a wee bit carried away. As you notice, see, that's ringing when I hit the notes because of sympathetic vibration. Hear it? You can't mention Arthur Brown and not dance that you get a flaming. I've seen him with a flaming, with his head on fire. Yeah, like Arthur Brown is my favourite. Of all you're talking about, it's like, oh, your most respected musicians aren't. Arthur Brown is right fucking up there. Right, we're talking top 5 for sure. It's like Paul McCartney, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. Okay, can I have all of Black Sabbath in there? But you know what I mean. It's like Arthur Brown. The man has more dignity than... He's never sold out. He's never done anything shit. He's only done what was right and in the vision. Fucking absolute legend. A wee bit like Fields of Fire, possibly, yeah. Fields are ding 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 ding. A wee bit, yeah, totally. It was kind of like that note ring. A wee bit. Someone was talking about Big Country earlier on. Yeah, there's a bit of that. My view on Pink Floyd now? Well, they're not really a thing, are they? I didn't really like when I first saw Pink Floyd. It was that the Pulse thing was just out, and the Division Bell was in the charts, which I quite liked. Never played that before, but yeah, no, I quite liked I quite liked the Division Bell, sort of. But I hated that whole thing that Sony was talking about there, when it's like suddenly it's like, oh, where's the band? And there's 2 drummers and a percussion player and 3 keyboard players and a couple of guitarists and a saxophone and a couple of horns and a line of backing singers, and you're like, all right, that's not really my sort of thing. And then I don't know. 6 months later, I saw Pompeii, and it's like 4 guys sitting in an amphitheatre sounding bigger than those 25 people playing all the polished shit. Aye. That's my thing, baby. Right, I've got a wee bit late now. That's 20 past 10. I normally stop at 10. Have I finished my bucky? I haven't finished my bucky. Any requests before I give up? Anything that's, I don't know. What does an RG make you play? And who's got an RG and why not? I'm going to have to. There will be videos, and I need to find myself the Geo version. I want to know I wonder if Jen's got one. Pink Floyd's a band that people say they like just to appear cool. I hate that. I hate that, Sony. I hate it. That's why I don't like so many things. That's maybe why I didn't like Pink Floyd. Until I saw Pompeii and I went, hold on. One of these days, Echoes, this isn't cool. I fucking love it. You know what I mean? This isn't pure, oh, comfortably normal, yeah, drugs, woo. What the fuck? Nothing to do with that at all. Don't know how to play it, but maybe I should. My favourite guitarist is John Fogerty. That I'm going for. Tony Iommi is my favourite guitarist. John Fogerty is my favourite guitarist. JJ Cale is my favourite guitarist. I'll just put it into lines of there's people that are not my favourite guitarists and people that are my favourite guitarists, so that's where it comes in. Oh. SRV, I don't get him, but I mean, I'll maybe find it later. I never want to say never. Brian May's maybe my favourite guitarist. Not my favourite, but these are people that I truly go for. About, like, sorry, SRV's not for me. Clapton, no. Jimmy Page, no. Yeah, there's like some are just they either are or they aren't. The Black Music album, Teddy. What the hell's that, Mr. Whitesnake? The Black Music album, Teddy Pendergrass. Exactly about. I don't know, but then I mean, again, it comes down to the thing with Slash. I mean, yeah, he's obviously playing. He brought guitar, cool again. Jazz, John Renburn, Martin McCarthy. A wee bit acousticy there, but yeah, totally. I don't know. You get the thing where it's like, who's the best guitarist? And it's like, technical ability isn't it. Do you know what I mean? That's not what makes Tony Iommi amazing. His riff writing and his solos and his change of timing, and it needs to have the drums. It needs to have Geezer and It needs to have the four of them. Basically, Tony Iommi on his own's not good enough, but he's an amazing riffer. John Fogerty, because so many fucking amazing songs he's written, and they're just all open chords and dead simple, and why didn't you write them? It's one of those ones. And he plays fucking amazing lead guitar as well, and he wrote all the songs and sang all of them and played everything, so it's like he's a fucking mega genius. I'm not sure these people are. I mean, there's people that, I mean, okay, they might be amazing, and you can, I'll listen to them and go, yeah, that's totally better than my bit. But it's like, what's my favourite? What have I listened to the most? Hank's in there. Hank's my favourite. I mean, I don't listen to Hank that much, but I mean, he's on the side of Dave Gilmour, isn't? Is Richie Blackmore? Certainly used to be, yeah, probably. It's Hendrix, I suppose, yeah, totally. Here's one. Is Keith Richards? No. Is Brian Jones? No. Is Ronnie Wood? No. Is Mick Taylor? Yes! Like some of the best guitar playing ever is in the jammy bits on Let It Bleed and Sticky Fingers. Can't You Hear Me Knocking, all that. So there's a challenge. Buy an RG by next weekend, and see how I'm getting on with it. There are guitars that, I mean, I'm the expert at justifying these things. You buy a guitar and the pickups are worth more than what the guitar is, so pretty sure I could sell both these pickups separately and get a guitar for absolutely nothing. Not going to do that, but that's my justification and how I managed to work it in. Slash for aesthetic reasons as well as playing a sucker for tight leathers. Hendrix is close second for pushing all the boundaries. Well, I mean, yeah, I get it. But I mean, the thing is that Slash, I mean, he does have the stupid... He's got the sunglasses, he's got the perma hair, he's got, as you say, the leather trousers and the low-slung Les Paul. He's got the look. What guitarists can you tell by their silhouette alone? You're going to get Slash, even if he's not wearing the top hat. Ronnie Wood is creative as fuck. Oh no, totally amazing. Yeah, but he's... Ronnie is maybe too good. He's not. Ronnie fits in too well. He doesn't push out in the direction that's mental enough. That makes sense. He's too good. He would play something that would absolutely fit. He's not going to play something that you're going to have to alter your song to make it fit, but it'll be super doubly awesome. But yeah, I like him. Favourite guitarist yourself, Mr. Whitesnake? Well, I suppose it's like you're going to be up there just to get that ego right fucking through the roof. That's it. Danny Gatton again. I should know who these people are, but the thing is, I'm totally open to digging it, man. You know what I mean? Because I could find something that I've never seen before and just go, oh my god, it's fucking amazing. I'm totally open. AI told me that there are guitar players and those who are into the physics of music. I don't know, to be completely pompous about it, I am more into playing the music than I am into playing the guitar, because I'm a pure ponce. But for me, guitar wasn't first. Krull, Superman, Flash Gordon, James Bond themes, Star Wars, those were first for me, so I've got that element of it. Not hearing the guitar and wanting to play the guitar. I wanted to play music. I can play it on the guitar. I could have been playing anything else, I think. The guitar's just practical, do you know what I mean? But yeah, totally, no, it's like, for me, it's the music, and in fact, you can hit it. You can't hit a synth. I'm going to throw Nancy Wilson into the mix too. Two different things: frequency manipulation and time. What note to hit and when to hit it. Music is what feelings sound like. Yeah, totally, but it's not. It can't be as defined as that. There is. you've got to know how to speak to say something beautiful. You can't just go like that, pure, all right, oh, but it's all about feelings. I can't really speak very well. Oh, I pure love you. You know what I mean? It's not quite the same because you don't have the language, so you have to know how to put words together to say that thy love is like a rose. Can I compare thee to a waterfall? Blessing of June, whatever pish. You know what I mean? It's like you can't do that if you can only speak in one. If you're from certain areas of Paisley, it'd be fine. You know what I mean? But yeah. You do need to be able to do it. It's not that whole. I hate the whole. And I understand it's like I don't like complicated music. It's like fuck off. It doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter how complicated it is. It's can you sing the bastard? Bum 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 bum. That right? Okay, that's fucking amazing. It doesn't matter whether it's hard or difficult to play. You can hum it, therefore you can play it. But I hate things like that. I don't like that complicated stuff. No. The reason it's complicated is because, well, in an ideal world, the reason it's complicated is because it's as complicated as it needs to be to do that. It's not complicated because we had this great idea and it sounded fine, so we put some complicated shit in it. It's like, no, the idea needs to have the complicated bit that makes it good. Hendrix, Total Blue, like Chuck Berry, Kenneth Forge, New Turtles, everyone else quickly content. Yeah, totally. Some solfeggio frequencies tuning into. Some people are happy just playing wee tunes, others aren't. Yeah, see, I'm never happy with it or do ever. I love playing the guitar, but I'm never happy with it. Could you do it better? Aye. I am not. I have no. A lot of people do. I've fallen out with people in bands before. They've got this thing. It was like, you're right. We're doing this song. Blah blah blah. Any song. Beatles, Help. We're doing that. Right. Bang. Right, I've learnt the chords. Here we go. Right, we've now played it a couple of times. That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Cool, I've learnt it. I'll just do that from now on. And you're like, okay, right. I would never be there. I'd always be listening. It's like, but well, can we not make it better? Do you know what I mean? Or just constantly be moving forward. I don't want to be playing something. I would absolutely hate it if I could show me a video of me playing 2 years ago and I'm not better than I was. I would fucking hate that. I'm not happy just. There's no point in just playing something that's shit. Getting a wee bit heated here with the band I was in, Craggin House. I was thinking about it earlier on. We did have some laughs. I just wish there was a bit more bending involved. You can't just fucking learn 4 chords and then play it and that's it. Fine, we'll just play that the same. No, but let's put some drive into it. Let's put some life into it. Let's make it breathe and move, and it doesn't really matter what it is. It's like, do you know what I mean? There's something about. It's a wee bit like having a conversation. Having a conversation with someone who never listens to anything it says and talks over the top of you isn't a conversation. Do you know what I mean? So it's like something. So it's having a conversation with someone where, as if you change, if they start talking about this, which goes into something else, and then you just go back to the thing that we're talking. That's not that's a pre-planned thing. It's got to be a flowing thing, and that's what music is. So if we're playing away, and I suddenly find a wee in there, I don't expect you necessarily to be aware of it, and vice versa. And if you do something like that, then we can work on it, and then it becomes a conversation. All right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. You're doing something because you're listening to what the other person's playing and playing something that responds to what they're playing. It's not pure, all right, I see you've just played a wee solo. What are you doing? I'm doing exactly the same. I see you've just done a nice wee cool bit. I've got the chance here to join in with your nice wee cool bit and maybe improve it. Nope, I'll just pull it back to the chords I was playing before it. Back to the... Bastard. Did Daddy remember what Star Wars? It was Thingmate. It was the Phantom Menace, wasn't it? When you were, or the Attack of the Clones, when you were the young Anakin Skywalker. All you need is the wee braided knot thing on the back. No, it's constantly progressing, Stevie. It's like I'm not willing to say I've learnt everything. I can't. How can you say you've learnt everything? Ever? I mean, not saying. I'm obviously miles away from having learnt everything anyway, but how could you possibly, how could you have that much of a mad ego to say, I am the best everything ever? It's like, yep, I've done it. Yes, I can run 100 metres, that's it. Fuck it, I'm the best in the world. It's like, pure, but somebody else might beat you. No. Don't have time for progression? Oh, come on, Sloaney, there's always time for progression. Even if you regress back. The fewest notes played well sounds amazing. And you've got to find 20 minutes. Get into the zone, man. Where you can play a chord that isn't really a chord either, but just if you just play it with enough conviction. Right, I'm going to give up. That's me out of my booze. Have a deep conversation about music's physics with Google AI. I've been a bit of a week. It's the most intelligent, most understanding concept I've ever had. You should go try it. I know Jen's mad into the AI thing, and it does make sense. It is. But the thing is, Stevie, there kind of is a correct way of doing music, but there's so many ways. There's not a correct way. There's a universally accepted way of explaining it, which is just the one that everyone agreed that was how we're going to explain these things. But there's lots of all those things that you know, but you don't know how to explain it or what the words are to describe it are all there. Even if you've never played it before, you know that you've got to go bum ba. So that is a case of hitting that note shorter than that note, which is quieter than that note, and it comes in after the drum. So, and all these things, it just becomes, if you're humming it, you can hum it. So it's like, what is it you're actually doing? It's like, well, I'm kind of waiting until after the drum, then going bum, and then ba, which is longer, and like, all that stuff. Oh, sorry, Sloaney, that sounds terrible. You're not stuck, Luke. I'll give you a rolling cube. That's all you need. For that situation, you need a guitar that's got one, with one sound, not one with many, many useless sounds. Black Star Fly. That's all you need. That's a shit, mumps. You put it as a downer, Sloaney. But enjoy your week this week, and I shall see you all next week. Learn something on your guitar. Yeah, exactly. And keep playing and never always progress. You don't have to progress miles. You don't need to set goals. Oh, I want to be able to play that whole song, but don't set goals. Just, I'm better than I was yesterday. Rock on. Love you all.